and Brock. Got the game on lock, the competition flop. Live from the old state, the home of many greats. Smashing opposition, shaking them up like earthquakes. Tune in on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. YouTube, going nuts, click the link, no spam. No matter the weather, rain, sleet, or snow, it's a go. We gon' blow, enjoy the show.
We're back here at 3 Point View. We're drinking beer and talking sports is what we do. We're here to talk to you about the mid-season MVP race in the NFL. We got a kid who just came on the scene, didn't even start for his own team last year, Patrick Mahomes.
Started one game.
One game. Well, I'm saying regularly scheduled starter. We're also talking about Todd Gurley. We're talking about Drew Brees, who's throwing completion percentages around an 80% clip right now. So, Brandon, who would be your vote for mid-season MVP?
I'm still going with Mahomes, only because of the numbers. He did have a game where he just put up basically 5 turnovers against the Rams.
Yeah, it's 6 touchdowns, 3 picks.
And then he had two fumbles.
2 fumbles.
So, I mean, that there isn't really MVP-type numbers there. But the fact that they only lost that game by 3 points.
Right. Both over 50.
He's on track to have over 50 touchdowns for the year, which, in the first year that you start, when you're pushing, possibly holding the NFL record for touchdowns thrown, that's something outrageous. Now, I can see it going to Brees on the other hand too, because Brees right now is not making any mistakes, and Brees also has not one but 2 running backs that he can lean on, and for whatever god reason they can't seem to cover Michael Thomas for the life of him. So I could see it going either way. I personally, just because of the story, and I kind of like where he's coming from right now, I'm going with Mahomes.
There's a few things with Mahomes that I like. I like his love for ketchup. You see Mahomes, he's got that whole Heinz 57.
He put steak or ketchup on steak. You know what that reminded me of?
What's that?
The story. Yeah.
If he passes 57 touchdowns, he gets lifetime ketchup for Heinz 57.
A lot of touchdowns.
Yeah.
That's a lot of ketchup.
But regardless, that game itself was like a video game. That was a fun game
and it was an amazing game.
Talking about the Rams.
First time ever in NFL history, they're like 212-0 when a team scores 50. And it's the first time that somebody lost scoring 50 when both teams
I know that.
And another thing about that, I get sick and tired of people talking about, where's the defense at? There was 3 defensive scores in that game.
Right.
There were 7 turnovers. There was defense. The problem is the defense was scoring. Yeah. Like it was outrageous. It was entertaining to watch.
The offense was offense.
Yeah. It was.
The offense was actually the defense.
I'm gonna go out and say if that's what the NFL is gonna become, I'm okay with it.
Here's another fun fact about Drew Brees. So you got Mahomes with the whole catch-up thing, and then you got Drew Brees. He threw 4 touchdowns, and those 4 touchdowns he threw to 4 undrafted receivers.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
You had Kelmira playing. I had Mark Ingram playing, and neither one of us did anything.
No.
When you put up that many points, and Ingram and Kelmira aren't your what?
Yeah.
Who the hell is Kyle Mara? Kamara.
Alvin Kamara.
Look,
you're combining his first name and his last name.
I was like, who the hell is... he must have really been undrafted or whatever. I was like, who's Kyle Mara?
Right. He's talking about Alvin Kamara.
I'm gonna have to add subtitles to this one. I'm going to put Kamara at the bottom.
I've had a good time. You guys know what I was talking about.
I have to go Drew Brees.
I didn't know what you were talking about.
I have to go Drew Brees as the MVP, just because he's at that twilight of his career. Mahomes is young.
He deserves it.
Drew Brees deserves it. He's got the team at like 8-1 or 9-1 or whatever they are. And his completion percentage is through the roof. His touchdown passes are up there with his touchdown interception ratio.
2?
Very little. Under 5.
I was going to say, he was at 1.
Forever. I think he might have 2 now.
But I would give it to Drew Brees the way he's leading that team. And the best thing about it is the defense is stepping up for Drew Brees as well. You know, you go play Atlanta. The first time they played, it was a shootout. Yep. This time, they scored 17 points.
Shut them down.
So.
And what's your argument for Todd Gurley?
Todd Gurley, I mean, you got so much on that Rams team. You got Aaron Donald on the defensive end. You got Todd Gurley. Jared Goff could even be in the conversation.
Yeah.
So,
I have to think Jared Goff was going to be this good.
You know who he kind of reminds you of throwing the ball just a little bit?
Joe Montana.
I knew you were going to say it.
Perfect
Joe
touch
Montana,
placement.
the same number. You know, I mean, just California kid. So, I mean, I don't think it's going to go there because we also said Tom Brady was, like Joe Montana.
Joe Montana's from Pennsylvania.
I'm saying how they throw the ball. I'm
Oh,
not talking
okay,
about
okay.
California
Oh,
kid,
okay.
golf.
Oh, okay.
Montana played for San Fran.
Okay.
So, but anyways, Todd Gurley, I think you cancel Todd Gurley out because of what he has, and I know you don't want to like fault him for what he has on his team, but I think you kind of cancel it out.
I cancel it out just because he's a running back.
So
That's all it boils down to.
I mean, if you want to do that, if you put running backs in it, Saquon Barkley could be Rookie of the Year and MVP for that team. If
I
you're just
agree.
gonna go stats.
I agree. And the goofy thing is, he
on
should
that
be
record to back
rookie.
it up.
Yes, he should be rookie of the year anyway. But he's
Oh,
probably going to end up in an argument with other rookies.
Should Khalil Mack be put on the ballot as
For
an MVP,
MVP?
type candidate?
I don't
Defensive
know.
player of the year, absolutely.
Yeah.
But he doesn't deserve to be.
I wouldn't say MVP, no.
I can't believe how fast he's made an impact on
I
going to a
can't.
new team.
I mean, it fits him perfect. He looks like a damn bear.
I
I
can't.
mean, fits him perfect. I mean, I think
That's
he
what the Bear
resembles
defense.
Singletary.
Whenever they've had a linebacker, a star linebacker
Right.
there, that's when they've always been good. You got the
Singletary,
Singletary, you got
Urlacher,
the Urlacher. They
Briggs.
always had that one
Butt kiss.
Yeah, butt kiss.
Buckets.
Yes, they've always had that one
Uh-huh.
focal linebacker. And he
So-
fits it to a T.
Yeah. So I go Brees, you go Mahomes. Who do you go with?
I would have to go with Mahomes because I think Mahomes is having that type of season. I think it's 50-some touchdown passes.
Yeah, that's what
He's
it's
gonna have 5,000 yards. It looks like.
Mhm.
Like, has anybody ever? Peyton Manning's the last person to even touch that, right?
That 50 point.
Did he get 5,000 yards? I don't think he got 5,000 yards.
I don't know if he got 5,000 that year.
Well, you had Peyton and Brady both hit the 50 mark.
Yeah, and I don't know. The only reason I'm kind of leaning towards Mahomes is because I feel like he's still doing more than even what Brees is doing. Brees is putting up good numbers, and he's not turning over the ball.
Right.
But at the end of the day, when you start comparing those numbers towards the end of this season, whose stats are going to be standing out more? Like, holy crap, are you kidding
Yeah.
me? Like, you know what I mean?
But product of the offense too.
Yeah.
So-
And like I said, I think Brees has a better 1-2 punch in that backfield. He can turn this over.
And I want to
over
throw
again.
this person in the MVP situation, Alex Smith, for doing what he did with Patrick Mahomes, like getting him prepared and everything. And Alex Smith, broke his leg.
That was
The
nasty.
spiral fracture.
20 some odd years to the day that the
Nah,
Heisman
it was
broke his.
35.
Okay, 35.
35 years to
Either
the
way.
day.
Okay.
And Theismann was
But it was
there.
to the, either way, it was
Was
to
he
the
there?
day.
And
It
Theismann
was
was
to the
there
day.
and seen it.
I thought it was like
Wow.
28, 30.
No.
It might have been 30.
It was 30.
Okay.
Tip fracture.
Yeah,
Does
spiral
Alex
fracture
Smith
and
ever
broke
come
his
back?
leg.
Should he come back? Will he come back?
He probably will.
20 million reasons I'd come back.
He
Yeah,
probably
but I
will.
don't
At
think,
least try to
I don't
make
think
a
he's going to
start.
get Bradford money.
No. Well,
He's
So-
still signed,
Be surprised.
isn't he?
yeah, I think
Yeah.
he's got like
signed-
another 3 years.
They gave him 74
years.
million guaranteed too.
Holy smokes.
Washington.
Yeah, if I
3
were
years.
him, I wouldn't come back. I'd come back with a clipboard and be a coach.
He'll come back.
I think
But he will.
I think he'd be a good coach.
I think he'd be a great coach.
So with Mahomes doing what he's doing, and the Saints and Drew Brees doing what they're doing, who are in the Rams, who are your Super Bowl picks?
I still feel like the AFC is going to have a team that's just kind of on the outside looking in right now. I know everybody's still going to lean on like the Patriots being possible, and then you're still going to lean on teams that are
That's
the favorites right now. That's where I'm going to end up going. I believe the Steelers are going to somehow manage to squeak in. I don't know exactly how. Beating
the Chiefs.
beating out the Chiefs, beating out New England. I don't know where they're going to fall as far as the seeding goes, but I just feel like it's one of those years where you're going to hear more about Connor Strong, and it'll turn into like a big storyline coming into the playoffs.
Who?
James Conner.
Oh,
Going into the playoffs his first year, actually replacing Le'Veon Bell, yada yada, blah blah. It's going to be. I feel like it's going to be a good feel good story for him to make it to the Super Bowl. NFC, I don't see anybody rolling past the Saints.
no, not even the Rams.
Nope. I feel like this is Drew, and here's the goofy thing. I feel like the Saints are going to be the Super Bowl champs.
Could it be Saints Steelers?
Yep. And I feel like the Saints are going to walk away with it.
No.
I feel like it's Drew Brees for the year that he's having, all the records that he's breaking. It'll be like a icing on the top.
I like
of
the
the
Brandon
cake.
Marshall signing.
I didn't mind the
red zone.
Dez signing until
Oh yeah, absolutely, of course not.
you know,
I
gives you that big
sense.
body.
No.
So I don't know. What do you got?
God, with the way the NFL's going, with the offense and the offense and the offense and the offense, I don't see New England keeping up with Kansas City, and I don't see Pittsburgh keeping up with Kansas City either. But you kind of don't want to go with the popular choice, but it's kind of like the common sense choice.
I feel like I don't see Kansas City keeping up with Kansas City.
There's a sleeper team that started out 0-3, and they're on a 7-game win streak, and they play Monday to go 8 straight. And that's the Houston Texans. And they're not, great. They're under the radar.
They're winning their division.
They're there. So, but they're 7-3, and no one even talks about them yet. So losing Will Fuller was a huge bust.
Yeah.
They don't have the big names. They're young.
Kuti could fill in there and might be okay.
Yeah, for sure. But I'm gonna go with Saints, and I'm gonna go the Chiefs. I think that's a nice little shootout there, old and young.
I thought they got some. Oh, they got Demarius Thomas to replace
Yeah,
Fuller.
yeah,
So it's not they missed. It's not good.
Yeah, but Will
Big
Fuller's a
mistake.
blazer though.
Yeah.
Will Fuller.
Thomas ain't got the speed.
But I'm saying it's not like they got somebody up to practice.
Watson's played 15 games or something like that with Will Fuller and scored in every single game. That Watson's played with Fuller, they've scored every single game except for maybe one.
So my picks are, I think the Chiefs are too much to handle.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're gonna get to. I think Tom Brady. It ain't clicking this year. It's not a bad team.
They always come on late though.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. I think they would need that home field advantage in Foxborough and the weather and the environment to beat somebody like the Chiefs. But whenever you talk about the Chiefs, what do you talk about? Arrowhead.
Yeah.
They always say, are they playing at Arrowhead? So I'm saying
It gets really loud.
they're gonna be walking in, looks like it, with the number 1 seed. And then as far as the NFC, I'm looking forward to seeing the Saints play the Rams in the NFC Championship.
Oh, for sure.
I'm like, that's when get your popcorn ready because it's gonna be. But the thing is, I think Jared Goff is good, but not so fast, my friend. You know what I mean? Because I'm just saying, like, they did good. I don't think they have the experience of a Drew Brees and a Sean Payton to pull little tricks out of the hat the last second.
So the two of you both telling me KC in New Orleans. Is that what you guys are both about to say?
I'm gonna say I'll be different. Let me just say I'll just go back on everything I just said. I'm gonna say KC. I'm gonna say we just watched the Super Bowl. KC and the Rams in the Super Bowl. I want to watch it again.
I want to watch that again.
I'm talking to him the whole freaking game. Like, oh my god, what? Like, it was like nonstop action. Like,
so you guys are both gonna sit here and tell me that you don't think Kansas City is gonna do a Kansas City thing.
I did say at the beginning of the year that they're like the Toronto Raptors of football.
I don't think that.
But I think Mahomes kind of puts them over that top.
Just think about it, though. All the AFC powers.
But there's still a part of me that started seeing a little chink in that armor, man.
But for so long, there was the Steelers with where they were at, and Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, and this mountain you had to climb. That mountain looks like it's crumbling. That mountain does not look as strong as it used to be.
I think it's.
And Alex Smith is not Mahomes. Mahomes is the future.
Yeah,
so I'm saying.
Sure. I'm saying Alex. I only mentioned Alex Smith.
I'm just saying that's part of the reason that they would fail all the time before because there was times though in that game where I'm like, he had 15-yard out routes that he could just hit, but he threw all those picks because he was gunning it. So it might be like the Brett Favre thing where you live and die by the gun, but he's not scared.
He had 6 touchdowns and 1 pick going into the last 3 minutes of that game, and then he threw 2 picks trying to do too much.
Because he was forcing it. So. Kelsey was wide open across the middle of the field multiple times. He wanted 30 yards plus every time.
The 6 touchdowns was a Monday Night Football record.
That was a Monday Night Football record game, period. The game itself was just outrageous.
The most ever was 7.
It's one of the best.
In one game.
I can't. Peyton Manning, I believe.
Can you think of a Monday night game that was that good?
No, that was the best Monday Night Football game ever.
Best Monday Night Football game ever. And we'll be right back at you at 3-Point View.
Tune in on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, YouTube, going nuts. Click the link, no spam.